Ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, welcome to How to Juggle Clubs. We're going to start today with the most basic Cascade, so let's get into it. Let's start with 2 clubs, no, 1 club. Now, throwing and catching 1 club is not as easy as it looks. To start out, you should be holding the club in the middle, not at the end. The middle makes it much easier to control the spin. As you get better, you can hold it further down. Now the spin is controlled between the second finger and the heel of your thumb. As you can see here, it's those 2 fingers balancing the club between them that allow you to control the spin. When catching the club, you actually want to keep your hand quite relaxed, and the action of the handle falling into your hand will make your fingers close over the handle, like this. You want to throw the club across your body. It needs to be thrown to the outside. A really good practice for this is to throw the club under the opposite hand and catch it outside of you. Now with 2 clubs, the classic formula is throw, throw, catch, catch. So we go throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Both clubs are thrown before you catch the next one. When you're practicing with the 2 clubs, it's a good idea to start on alternate hands. So in this case, I'm going green, red, and then green, red, which means I'm starting left, right, and then right, left. Now, it's common to find yourself either moving forwards or backwards as this happens. A good way to stop this is to stand in front of a wall, which stops you going forwards, or with a wall behind you. Now, 3 clubs is basically more of the same, you just keep going. Let's look at how you start. Holding 2 clubs in one hand is a bit difficult. This is called the normal grip, which most people use, and this is called circus grip. So here is normal grip, and when you cross it over the other way, that is circus. Circus grip is the traditional way in circus, and it's used for passing and holding more than 1 club in a hand. However, you don't really need to use it, and certainly for beginners, I wouldn't worry about which way you grip, just make sure it's comfortable. Now the spin, when using 2 clubs in one hand, comes from the second finger and the thumb itself. It can be a little difficult to catch the club again, but actually it's not as difficult as it looks on slow-mo. In this particular example here, you'll see that it bounces a little bit and it looks a little bit scrabbly. Here we go, and bounce, but gather it in, no problem. When you're juggling with 3 clubs, the rhythm is slightly different from when you're just juggling 2. 2 is throw, throw, catch, catch, but with 3, the rhythm is more like throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch. If we count through this, we can go throw, catch, 1, 2, throw, catch, 1, 2, throw, catch, 1, 2. So it's more syncopated. However, if you look at the slow-mo here, you can see that as the bottom club is moving up, the club in the air is starting to descend. So they are in fact moving synchronously, but the action of releasing 1 club and catching the other is in a syncopated rhythm. Also note that as the clubs come down in the catching hand, they go to almost vertical before they go back again. Now you want to make your pattern nice and wide. You definitely don't want it to be all constricted, so you don't know where it's going. This is not going to help, especially with passing. Now in the slow-mo, you can see that actually your hands make little circles. If we follow the red club in this example, we catch the club on the outside of our body. It swings down in a small circle, comes up, is thrown on the inside, and the hand moves back to the outside to catch the next green club. These little circles are the key to making a nice, flat, even pattern with plenty of space. It's very important. And if we look from over the top, we can see that the clubs are actually parallel. The inner club being thrown is parallel with the outside club that's just come down. This is more apparent in the slow motion. So here we go. The red club and the green club there are parallel, and then these 2 green clubs are parallel, and those 2 clubs are now parallel. You're making a kind of X shape in the air in front of you. Another good thing this slow-mo shows is how relaxed the hands are. Hands are nice and open until the club handle hits, and then it's that momentum from the handle that closes the fingers over the club. Let's talk a little bit about how to practice effectively. First of all, don't worry about mistakes. In fact, embrace mistakes. You must fail at something a million times before you get it right. So the sooner you get those million fails out of the way, the faster you're going to be able to master it. However, don't concentrate on your failures, concentrate on your successes. And when you're finishing a practice session, try and finish on a success. Try and give yourself that good feeling of how you're getting something done. Learning to juggle is a slow process of incremental improvements. Also, focus on what you're practicing. It's much better to have 20 minutes of focused practice than 3 hours of unfocused practice learning bad habits. And that's about it for this tutorial. We have upcoming videos on how to pick up clubs, as well as different props including hats, contact juggling and fire toys. So please subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.